What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and oh boy, we got some very controversial news on our hands today from Major League Baseball in regards to what happened yesterday with the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros. But before we get into any of that news, let's bring up some Phillies talk because, yes, this is a Philadelphia sports channel. So, in regards to the Phillies and their whole situation with the Miami Marlins, there's still no positive tests with the team, so that's a really good thing. In Friday's game, which was originally supposed to be when the Phillies were going to come back, that was postponed once again, and it's going to be rescheduled as part of a doubleheader on Saturday with the Toronto Blue Jays. So it's going to be a 3 o'clock start for the first game, then I think a 7 o'clock or an 8 o'clock start for the second game. And there was some news talking about that the games might be 7 innings each. So there's definitely not going to be some people that are fans about that, but I can understand why they want to do 7 games each, since it's a 60-game shortened season. They don't want to overwork the players every single day because they got to play a lot of days in a row, and there's not that many days off, which I can understand why they want to do 7 games each, 7 innings each in both games, and you don't want to do 2 9-inning games in a span of 24 hours, which I can understand that, but it's going to feel weird at that point. But we're going to get Phillies baseball back this Saturday at least, so that's going to be a good thing. And then for next week, which was originally supposed to be the Phillies going down to Miami to play the Marlins, that series I think was postponed once as well. And it's going to be replaced with the series that was supposed to be played this week against the New York Yankees. So next Monday and Tuesday, the Phillies are going to go up to the Bronx in New York to play the Yankees. And then next Wednesday and Thursday, they'll come back down to Citizens Bank Park to play each other here. So that 4-game series that was supposed to be this week is now going to be next week. And who knows when that Miami Marlins series is going to be rescheduled to, if it's even going to be played. Because we have no idea what's going to happen with the Marlins right now and their whole debacle, their whole catastrophe, what's going on down there. So we just got to wait for more news to upcome with the Phillies and the Marlins, but we're going to get Phillies baseball this weekend after so many games have been postponed this week. So a little bit of bright news right there. So let's get into more of the controversial stuff, because this is going to be fun. So yesterday, if anyone watched the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Houston Astros, so 2017 World Series rematch, a little bit of heat right there because, as everyone knows, during the offseason, the entire scandal with the Houston Astros and them cheating during the 2017 season, which resulted in them winning the World Series. Granted, the Houston Astros, they have a lot of great players on that team, but they cheated, and in the result of that cheating, banging on the trash cans, they won the World Series as a result due to them cheating. And I'm not going to say the cheating was the main reason they won the World Series. Cheating was part of it, but they still cheated and won the World Series at the same time. So there's going to be a little bit of issues right there. And there's going to be a lot of players, a lot of teams around Major League Baseball that are not a fan of that. And what Major League Baseball did this offseason in regards to punishments for the Houston Astros, no players got punished whatsoever. They were literally just handed off scot-free, saying, oh, all you have to do is give out an apology. That is it. This is mainly going to be a punishment of upper management and coaches, which did happen. A.J. Hinch, their manager, he was suspended the entire season. He's not allowed to manage. Their GM, he's not allowed to be there anymore. And the Red Sox manager, Correa, he had to step down from his position. He's not allowed to manage this season. And Carlos Beltran, who was originally supposed to be the Mets manager this season, stepped down from being hired just because he didn't want to deal with the whole situation. So it's been a weird situation in regards to the Houston Astros, and basically the players got off scot-free. And during this game against the Houston Astros with the Los Angeles Dodgers, so Joe Kelly comes in. He, as you can tell right from the get-go, that he has no command of his fastball, he has no command of all of his pitches, he has no control at all either. And it just looks like a crap show at that point. So he gets into a 3-0 count with Alex Bregman. So he throws a fastball basically above his head. He beams a fastball up there, almost hits Bregman, and then Bregman gets a walk. So, and then what the other events transpired, so it goes to the bat with Carlos Correa. So he almost hits Correa too with an inside off-speed pitch. And then he strikes him out. Then Joe Kelly then walks to the dugout and then makes a bunch of faces at the Astros dugout, just taunting him basically for what the entire team did for the past few seasons. And Correa, of course, he was not going to take that lightly, and basically it was an argument between Joe Kelly and Carlos Correa as Joe Kelly was walking back to the dugout. And then both dugouts came out, both bullpens came out, basically just to settle everything down. There wasn't a brawl, just because they're not going to do a brawl in the midst of what's going on in the world right now. They got to keep everyone safe, keep everyone healthy. So I can understand that. But basically, everyone just came out basically just to settle the situation down. It was basically just an argument fest at that point. So you get Joe Kelly, what he did yesterday. So what the events that transpired for today, which was just announced by Major League Baseball maybe like a half hour ago, that Joe Kelly was suspended 8 games for throwing a ball over Alex Bregman's head. 8 games. He gets suspended 8 games. Not even a warning. Not even like a mini suspension. Just like a little warning for saying, hey, if you do this again, you're going to get in major trouble. Nope, they just said 8 games, right on the dot, you're suspended. That's 8 more games suspended than any Astros player. So a guy can throw a ball over someone's head. Credit, it's over someone's head. It doesn't hit him at all. And he gets 8 games suspended when an entire team cheats. During an entire season, they bang on trash cans to steal signs. And no players get suspended. They're just told, hey, all you need to do is give out an apology. And all the apologies were half-assed. I can maybe say Carlos Correa gave out a decent apology, but then he did a complete 180 a couple days ago, responding to Cody Bellinger, telling him to shut up. So what is the point at that point? Seriously, it's just an entire team cheats and they win a World Series, and then all that stuff comes up this offseason, and Major League Baseball, they do a terrible job as always in their inconsistencies when it comes to punishments, and all the players go off scot-free, and it's basically a punishment to upper management and coaches. And Joe Kelly gets a pitcher that throws a fastball over someone's head, does not hit him, gets suspended 8 games. And there was a tweet from Ken Rosenthal talking about comparison to an 162-game season. So an 8-game suspension for a 62-game or 60-game season is similar to a 22-game suspension for a full 162-game season. And he even said, that seems a bit harsh. And there's also other MLB analysts out there. I think John Heyman was one of them, defending MLB's result for suspending Joe Kelly. No, there's no defending this. It's not good, it's inconsistent, and you're suspending a guy 8 more games than any player on the Astros got suspended. What a joke. That is completely a joke. And it's ridiculous, and everyone in the baseball community is talking about this right now. This is a big controversial topic right here, because he gets suspended more games. He got punished more than the Astros did. What, the Astros lost their manager, they lost their GM, and they lost a couple draft picks. Oh, big whoop. They still have an entire team full of elite players in their lineup to where they can still win a World Series this year. And in result of 2017 of them cheating and winning a World Series, none of those players get in trouble. They're just off scot-free. And then the whole situation during last year's playoffs where the whole thing with the buzzer system where Jose Altuve was trying to cover his sweater when he had to walk off to win the AL pennant against the Yankees. Yeah, people didn't forget about that either. That was also part of the cheating scandal as well. So, it just basically, even though MLB went through the entire thing and they proved there was no buzzer or anything like that, but even though the trash cans, that was still a thing, and the Astros still cheated, they still won a World Series, and no player got punished. The team was basically just given off scot-free. Hey, a couple of these guys, they're gone. They're not allowed to be there. You lose a couple draft picks. What's that going to do? But a pitcher for a team, another team, throws a ball over one of their players' heads. Doesn't even hit him. He throws the ball over their head. And he gets suspended 8 games. And that compares to 22 games in a full 162-game season. That is completely a joke. It's not good. It's inconsistent by MLB. And they have to fix it. Well, they're not going to fix it, but it's just ridiculous at this point. It's not good. It's not a good decision. I don't agree with the suspension. Maybe if you give him a warning, maybe you give him a 1-game suspension, it wouldn't be as bad. But still, even 1-game suspension is more games than any Astros player got suspended. That's the problem. That is the entire problem. No Astros player got suspended, but a pitcher that throws a ball over his head gets suspended 8 games. More than any Astros players. That's the problem right there. That is the entire problem, and that's what's wrong with Major League Baseball. There are inconsistencies when handing out punishments. They didn't punish the Astros whatsoever, but they punish a player trying to make a response to the Astros. And granted, Joe Kelly was not on the 2017 World Series team for the Dodgers, but there's still plenty of other players around the league that don't respect what the Astros did. A lot of players around this league don't think the Astros deserve that World Series. They feel like they should take the World Series away from them. That's what a lot of players are going to be doing this year. Expect the Astros to get beamed a lot this year. And is this Major League Baseball's response to that? Are they trying to protect the Astros? Because this is honestly what it feels like at this point. It feels like they're trying to protect the Astros and protect what they did wrong during the offseason. So, basically, I want to hear your thoughts on this situation. I want to hear your thoughts on Joe Kelly getting more suspended games than the entire Astros players at this point. So, leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. MLB, you are in a tough situation right now.